Okay, I'm going to be going through my Dollar Tree case study for this week. It was really interesting to learn about this, considering coming from a small town, we have way too many Dollar Trees, and it's all through in like a mile radius. So it was just really interesting to learn about something that I see all the time. Question 1. Discuss the components of the cost structure of the Dollar Tree system. How do these components behave as the number of distribution centers in the system change? So as I watched this video back, I really went through it just to see my opinion on it. And I really found that as you increase the amount of facilities, the facility cost will increase, which the Excel does not account for. And it states it's all about the value you bring to the customer and the cost. Dollar Tree is looking to satisfy the lower cost need from the customer. I wouldn't really say value because most of their things are not made to be of high value to the customer. They, of course, want to satisfy them with customer service, but I think they're more going for the lower cost incentive. And another thing is they don't really care about product availability. When they run out, they run out. They usually are not going to reorder it unless it is a high demand product. It's not really as comparable as like Amazon or retail stores whenever they run out of a certain popular shirt or Amazon with anything they sell. And components that we really look at for this is like inventory, transportation, facilities. Basically, the more distributions, the inbound cost will go up as outbound goes down, which I really found was interesting concerning for XL. You could see that whenever we did the 2 distribution centers, the outbound was much cheaper, but we didn't calculate the inbound, so that was really interesting to me. And then over here, I just inserted this from the video. Basically, as the number of facilities go up, the inventory costs go up as well, which we need to think about. Question 2. How important is economies of scale for the distribution centers? Why is utilization a key metric in this context? What other operation strategy opportunities should Dollar Tree consider to further decrease supply chain costs? So I found that it is crucial for them because it helps reduce the average cost of production when the quantity produced is increasing, meaning Dollar Tree likes to purchase items in bulk, which lowers the variable and the shipping costs, and the demand for these products are usually moderate to high to meet the reason of buying in bulk. And that also goes into they don't really care as much about availability. They just buy what they buy. It's there for a period of time. If it sells, it sells. If it doesn't, it's still going to be on the shelf. Or that's what I see in most Dollar Trees. Some companies that want kind of the opposite of this is like Amazon and more expensive brands. For example, like Burberry, Gucci, any expensive car. I know that I bought something from Burberry, and what they do is once you buy something once, they send you inclusive emails because they only want a select person to buy their things. They don't want everyone to have the most sought out item, if that makes any sense. But for Dollar Tree, it's not really like that. And Dollar Tree can do, what they can do is they could do like a seasonal sale to get some of the stuff out if it doesn't sell. They don't really have any online presence, in my opinion, so I would be curious to see if they could do something like that too, if it doesn't sell in person, just to put it online for people to bulk order, almost like they do. I think that would be interesting. Question 3. Which of the 2 options for DC capacity expansion do you recommend? Justify your choice by calculating DC facility cost and outbound trucking costs. Consider both quantitative and qualitative factors. So for me, I recommend to expand the Briar Creek Distribution Center, although I do think more information is needed to make a 100% decision. For me, my reasoning is the calculation of fixed costs, variable costs, etc. are not feasible without credible research done about this matter. We're almost kind of guessing at this. And another thing there will be double the mileage cost because it will be both facilities, which the spreadsheet does not really take into account for. You're basically going to be sending 2 trucks out compared to 1. So the mileage per mile, the cost per mile is obviously going to go up. And I would say utilization is their number one concern that I found, and having 2 facilities doing the job of 1 will not satisfy what Dollar Tree wants in the long run. So I will go over here. So sensitivity analysis examples, I'm actually going to go here. If y'all can see this. Can you see that? So basically here, let's look. So as you see, the New Hartford one has 0.4, that has 0.8, but yet this is more expensive than this is, which I thought was really interesting. So that's just another thing to compare. And then these are the same, yet it is a worlds of difference, which I thought was interesting. And then for here, for sensitivity analysis examples, what I did was I did miles versus outbound cost, so miles in a year that they're traveling. And of course, as you go up, the outbound cost is going to go up. But because they're only accounting for one, they're not really accounting for both, is one thing that I found. And another thing is, as the fixed cost goes up, obviously that's going to go up, which is another thing to take into account because we're just guessing at that point. And also here, outbound is more expensive compared to inbound. Outbound was the only thing we calculated, and what I found is inbound is going to be cheaper for the one facility, but we didn't calculate that. And then the forecast data, we're just assuming it to be true. We're only taking into account 52%. So I really think that I would expand for now, and then with more research I would go from there. But another thing I found, if you could see this, like for the utilization, this is like almost nowhere near close to what they want until it gets to a few years down the line. And then this is going to be surpassing what they want. And so I would maybe look into expanding the company as a whole right there. And then also, like, they're servicing much more stores through one. So the trips are a little bit different here too, which is another thing to take into account for. But that was my opinion on all of this. I will be excited to hear everybody else's.